People asked John the Baptist who he was. And his answer was who he wasn't. I am not the Messiah. Well, the question is then, who is he? And when we look at that question, we really need to answer the question for ourselves. Who are we? In order to answer today's question, let's head out west. I want to go to a state called Washington, and we're going to learn a little bit about why government and religion should not be mixed. Here in the state of Washington, we're actually seeing something similar to it, we can see this display. And we can see Christmas, we can see the scene of Christmas, and we can see the other side. We can see atheists saying, wait, we want a voice in this government too. And so the atheists have turned around, but instead of saying, well, this is what we believe, their statement is, this is what we don't believe. Okay, well, let's look at that. What's the difference between the two? When we look at the difference between the two, we can actually see that we have the scene of Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, the scene of our Savior, who is fully human, fully divine, comes to be incarnate in order to save us. In this, we see a simple message. That doesn't exist. There is nothing that exists beyond us. There is no heaven, there is no hell, there is no God. Boo, there is nothing. Okay. Now, what is the difference here? It's not what we believe, it's who we are. And here's the question here. What this is saying is really, ultimately, when we look at everything in the universe, our lives have absolutely no meaning. We may have some meaning here, but really what meaning it has, our lives have, is given to us and each other by our community. So we really decide for ourselves whose life has meaning and whose life doesn't. Here we see a very clear indication whose life has meaning, everyone's. Because Jesus died for all. So he came and then he lived and he died and rose so that all would be saved. So the reason this is important is this is giving a complete opposite message. This is saying that everyone's life has meaning. If no one's life has meaning, or if everyone's meaning in their life depends on my feeling about it, and your life bothers me, then I need to get you out of my life. I need to just get rid of you, or maybe what I need to do is kind of work on those things that get you completely away from us. We call them prisons, we call them concentration camps, we call them death penalty, we call them abortion, we call all those things no meaning, doesn't mean anything, let's just get you out of here. When we come here and we say, well, there is no meaning, then we're saying that doesn't add up to what we're seeing here. And so then we say, if everyone's life has meaning, then everyone, regardless of where they are, whether they're in a hospital, whether they're in the prison, whether they're a CEO, whether they're a homeless person, all their lives have meaning, and they were given meaning by God who created them, and they were giving meaning by the God who came to save him. As a matter of fact, his saving act shows how much meaning that everyone's life has, and the answer is infinite. So as you can see, these are two completely different perspectives. Now, as people of faith, we don't accept this, and so we don't accept this particular understanding at all. However, we look at this and realize that this is calling us to a different point of view than what you see among those who do not believe, because you and I believe everyone's life has meaning. And so the question that John the Baptist is asked is not so much as important as to who he is not. The real question we look at in light of ourselves is, who are we? God bless you.